What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Chad with another video, man. This video I'm going to be talking about how the Cleveland Indians have changed their name to the Cleveland Guardians. And they changed their name to the Cleveland Guardians because of, they said, people protesting saying that the word Indian is racist and it's bad connotation and yada yada yada. And they said they're going to change the name after the 2021 season. And said they know that this is because of sensitivity and just people being outraged, and they're basically making the name after some moniker, like these rocks that are at the bridge before you get there. Let me just see if I can find it. Yeah, so it says that, the name Guardians is a reference to well-known Art Deco statues located on the Lorraine Carnegie Bridge, which spans the Cuyahoga River and connects downtown Cleveland to the city's trendy Ohio City neighborhood. Those statues are known as the Guardians of Traffic. The franchise announced the name change in a tweet Friday morning, had long faced pressure from activists locally and nationally to ditch the name Indians, which critics said it was racist. It had been the ball club's name since 1915. The announcement did not say when it goes into effect, but they did say it would be after the 2021 season. So they're changing the Cleveland Indians name to Cleveland Guardians because of activists locally and nationally. Now, what they failed to explain is, okay, people are outraged. They said the word Indian is racist. If Indian's racist, then, naming something, the black something is racist, and the white something. I don't want to get past the point. Then they said, they said all this, and what's so crazy to me, what's so crazy about all this, right, is they're changing the name from the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians, but the Cleveland Indians was actually named after a Native American player, Louis, I think his name was Sokolexis of the Penobscot Nation. So he was an actual Indian on the team. He was one of the first Indians or, people of color to be in like professional baseball. So they named the team after him. Now people are like, they named the team after him, but at all the games the people were calling him Indian and all these racial slurs. So what they're telling me, right, is that people at the games watching this Native American player be on the Cleveland Indians that they named him after, they were so racist that they named the team after him because he was the first Indian or first Native American person on that team, on the Cleveland team, right? So they were just so racist that they just named it after one of the ethnicities, or I forgot the word for it, one of the people on the team. So the only Indian on the team, because he was so good at fielding, they said he could throw a strike through a river or throw a strike from center field, and he was a great hitter too. Because the people in the crowd were so racist, and the managers of the company or the team were so racist, they decided to name the team Cleveland Indians after the first Native American or Indian that they had on the team. That doesn't make sense, man. That literally does not make sense. And a part of me is like, okay, I can understand that some people can be outraged, but it's like, this only seems like it's just being politically correct or social justice warriors get in their way. Now, are there some Native American or Indians that are, I guess, feeling some sort of way about this? Yes. But think about it now. You are being represented as the Cleveland Indians because you're Native American and you're Indian, and it's named after a Native American or Indian who was one of the first people in baseball pushing the boundaries before Jackie Robinson did it, and he's on the team, so they named after him, and now that representation is just washed away. There's no more, the team's no longer named after him, so bump how he feels. And like, even if they called him the racial slurs, it's like he became the face of the team. Like everywhere you look, they even said in articles like he was the face of the team. The Louis Suckalexis, he was the face of the team, dog. So it's just like now they took the whole meaning of why they named the team after him pushing the boundaries. They took that away. So Native Americans and Indians went from having some representation to none. Instead, we name it after guardians of traffic. So I guess we guard the traffic that's flowing through Cleveland. And we changed the logo to a G with wings. And, this almost reminds me of when they took Ain't Your Mama off the syrup, right? And you had all these social justice warriors and activists saying, oh, putting the black woman Ain't Your Mama on the syrup is racist and they're just using her. And I told people, so y'all are telling me you guys are okay with taking the black woman who represented black people off the syrup and using Aunt Pearl Modeling Company. Just a picture of a factory on the syrup. So instead of you all having some representation, you'd rather have none. Then they argue, well, it's not good representation because she wasn't properly paid for. But it was representation. You see what I mean? Like, you went from having a little bit of representation to none now. Like, no matter how you look at it, it went to none. Because people wanted to be social justice warriors or politically correct. I've played baseball since I was 5. I remember the Cleveland Indians were I honestly think I played on the Cleveland Indians. Like, when I was 7 and 8 years old. It never crossed my mind for a single time. This is racist. Like, I'm just out here playing baseball for the team I'm on. And if I had known the team was named the Cleveland Indians after the first Native American or Indian on the team, I'd have been like, dog, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But we have, like, non-baseball players and all these social justice warriors changing things in the real world, just taking away the representation those minority groups had in the first place, dog. Like, I don't know if you can make this up or not. Like, then it's just gotten to the point where it's just become like, what is next? How far can this go? The Atlanta Braves, and they have the tomahawk. They're going to have to change that pretty soon. I know that for a fact, because the social pressures are going to get to everybody. And it's just, I don't understand. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? And then people champion this stuff, and they fail to realize that they're being erased basically from history. And people are like, well, I mean, we're changing it, but we need to make sure that we represent the original guy. Like, we represent him well, because we don't just want to erase the history that, he was there and everything like that. And they're like, okay, so what are we going to do about him? So they said they're going to put a plaque with his name on it, like out somewhere. So they said, there's a plaque of the Louis guy in Cleveland's Heritage Park beyond center field of Progressive Field where the team plays. And he is also inducted into the club's Hall of Fame. He can be inducted into the club's Hall of Fame. Good. He's represented there. But now, instead of the team being named because he was the first Native American or Indian on the team, even if the people were throwing out racial slurs calling him an Indian, they were so racist that they named the team after him being the first Native American on the team. And he's been reduced down to a plaque somewhere off at Progressive Field. I don't even know what to say anymore, dog. I don't know what to say. I don't know how far this social justice stuff will go, because pretty soon it's going to just hit stuff that it's just going to be like, all right, y'all, we don't need to change that because it's good as it is. Like, not everything has to be changed. Like, This is reminding me of 1984, almost to the point of where they said, they started erasing history and just making it what they wanted history to be, man. it's getting to that point, and that's all I have to say, man.